I drive like it was my last day of my life. You know, I gave everything. I was pushing like I have no idea how I kept the car on track.
Suzuka, Japan. Jean Alesi, a demon starter, a great driver in the wet. Michael Schumacher himself.
Alesi starts to move before the lights go green. That's going to cost him a penalty.
Straight down towards turn one they come. Schumacher in the lead, Alesi second.
They call me and say jump start.
Jump start penalty for Jean Alesi. Oh, and that is terrible.
I went so mad, you know. I went to the radio and I said, okay, I come back immediately slick.
Alesi exits the pit lane. So Alesi drops from second to 10th position.
Guardate, si mette all'esterno proprio per pregare alla grande, incredibile.
Alesi all over the back of Frentzen there, trying to find a way by.
And the team say, no, it's wet. It's a slick.
As Alesi goes for it past Johnny Herbert, coming up to the chicane, Herbert will have none of it and fights back. Now Alesi does go through.
And the second time I stop, we put the slick tires.
But into the pit lane comes Jean Alesi. Now he's coming in, we believe, to put on slick tyres. You can see the rain tyre grooves on the left front wheel.
And the second time I stop, we put the slick tires.
We can now expect to see Alesi storming through the field. Alesi exits the pit lane and he'll have to take it carefully on this lap while he feels out the conditions on the track. And that was a spin, I do believe.
Pedro Lamy was not aware of Alesi coming around the outside of him, moved across to the left and literally forced Alesi off onto the grass and then the gravel on the left hand side.
And he's in 15th position now.
Eager, look at that, he's now 5 seconds a lap faster than the previous fastest lap.
And you're watching the fastest man at Suzuka, Jean Alesi, who is now 6th. He was 15th, he moved up to 9th, he's now in 6th position, flying 1 minute 51.4 seconds. It's happening all over again. Jean Alesi on slick tyres moves up from 15th to 9th. Alesi versus Hill.
And I drive like if it was my last day of my life. You know, I gave everything. I was pushing like I have no idea how I kept the car on track.
And look at Jean Alesi, he's going to drive round the outside of Damon Hill and he does it, incredible!
This is absolutely fantastic. Around the outside, on the damper line, it is absolutely sensational. Alesi is in a class of his own. But Alesi is only 6.8 seconds behind Michael Schumacher at the moment, and Alesi had to come in for that stop-go penalty, but he's lapping 3 seconds a lap faster than Michael Schumacher. Alesi, once again.
Marvellous! So Alesi is gaining on the race leader, world champion, double world champion Michael Schumacher at the rate of a second a lap.
It's going to be very sobering stuff for Michael Schumacher because he has somebody behind who is actually lapping 1 second faster.
Alesi has again done another fastest lap, 1 minute 47.6.
And Jean Alesi has set another new fastest lap.
But all the attention rightly is on what you are looking at now, Schumacher versus Alesi, and it's going to be a titanic battle from here on.
And looks like smoke from the back of the Ferrari.
Jean Alesi has definitely blown his engine in some way, smoke pouring out.
The only serious challenge during the race seemed to come from Jean Alesi.
Yeah, I was totally aware of this because my mirror was full of a red car at certain times, and it was close at certain stages, but Fortunately, I was able to maintain then after a gap. He was quite quick at the beginning stage on dry tyres, where I needed a couple of laps to get into the circuit and get a rhythm.
The empty feeling a driver feels in these sort of situations is beyond description. Alesi, who's been fighting there for some 25 laps of this race, for it all to come to an end so suddenly when it was all looking so good. But I really do think, to be fair to Alesi, we should differentiate here. Jean Alesi has not blown his engine. The engine on Jean Alesi's Ferrari has blown. And I think there is virtually no chance whatsoever that that engine blow-up was anything to do with Jean Alesi's driving. The engines are very tough these days. They have rev limiters. Alesi gets out, and we have to wonder, was this a problem that perhaps related to that of Gerhard Berger? We didn't see any smoke from Berger's car, but nevertheless, to have two Ferraris out with what we understand our engine problem does seem to be a little bit of a coincidence here. And here is quite a hard circuit on engines. It's a lot harder than the last circuit, Aida. That has Alesi getting very fed up and frustrated there with the marshal as he tries to steer the car back. Surprising how many cars get more damage, in fact, from being manhandled by marshals afterwards.
That John Alesi running across the track has retired.